Earnings is still rolling on, even though we've had the at least Mag 5 or Mag 6 now. We're only waiting on NVIDIA, but there's plenty of other companies still to report, and I'm bringing 5 of them for you this week. These are some popular names. Some have great earnings surprise track records, and a lot of them have been booming during this stock rally. But what are they looking like now? Let's dive right in. Okay, the first one leading off is going to be Qualcomm, ticker QCO. I haven't looked at this one in a while, and I was surprised to see it has this great earnings surprise track record with just the one miss there in 2023. Shares are off those earlier 2024 highs, though, and it actually has an attractive PE with a PE ratio of just 15. So is Qualcomm due for another bounce higher here? We will see. Then the next stock is not in the tech land, but it was one of the hottest growth stocks of the last couple of years, and it's e.l.f. Beauty. But look at this chart. Even though it has a great earnings surprise track record with just the one miss there in 2021, it also beat big last quarter with this big 32% beat right there, as you can see with that big green arrow. But the street doesn't care. It is finally selling off these shares. They got a little bit too hot to handle, I believe, earlier this year. The PE ratio has come way down, but it's still at 29, but it was really soaring there a couple of months ago. Has it returned back down to earth at a level where, maybe people can start taking a look at it again? We will see after this earnings report. But this is a key one in the consumer area and especially beauty. It is on the lower end of the beauty side and the price points. So this is going to be an interesting one to watch. And I will be doing so. That's e.l.f. E.l.f. is the ticker. Then I wanted to take a look at a stock that everybody's talking about that I don't believe I've ever covered here on the Earnings All-Stars, this IonQ stock. IonQ is the ticker. You can see they've put together 3 beats in a row here in 2024, and then the stock has soared a bit on this last rally. That's why we're all talking about it. But it's expected to still see negative earnings this year. The Zacks consensus is looking for a decline of 84%. They lost 78% last year. So that's actually an earnings decline of 7.7%. But again, this has just been a hot stock that everybody's talking about. So I'm going to talk about it too. And I'm going to be watching it this week. That's IonQ. IonQ is the ticker. Then we're going to switch to an oldie but goodie and a favorite during the pandemic, Airbnb. What's happening over there? They are coming off of a rare earnings miss last quarter. It looks real small on the arrow here, and it's just a miss of 6.5%. But the shares are off the bottom a bit here. And so that's good. Earnings, though, expected to be down big from last year, looking at just $4.17 from $7.24 last year. That's an earnings decline of 42%. Still trading at 32 times here, and that's because those earnings have come down, and that's the E part of the PE, remember. So still a little bit pricey, but travel hasn't been too terrible for most of the others that have been reporting, but it's off of those pandemic highs. So we'll see what Airbnb does this quarter, but this is going to be one I'm going to be watching. Then we're going to wrap it up with DraftKings. So a little bit different area here with DraftKings. DKNG is that ticker. And they have a pretty good earnings surprise track record over the last couple of years. If we don't look at the beginning, right? If we don't look during the pandemic, then they've turned it around. The stock has rebounded off the 2022 sell-off, but we've had a little bit of weakness here again in 2024, but big beat last quarter, that big green arrow, 500% beat. So I'm liking that. Still supposed to see negative earnings in 2024, but turning it around in 2025 with a Zacks consensus of 65 cents. So what will turn this around and propel it to new highs? We don't know, but we're going to see in this earnings report. So that's DraftKings, ticker DKNG. So you can see it's quite a mix of companies. A lot of them are on everybody's radar and have been for quite some time. We're just not getting those Mag 7 stocks right now anymore. But these are still interesting names, going to tell us a lot about what it's going to look like at the end of the year, especially that holiday season for a company like e.l.f. Beauty. And then what is brewing for 2025. Maybe we'll get some clues with some of these, but there's several hundred companies reporting this week. So it's going to be another busy week. I'm going to be tweeting out a lot of charts. So check me out on Twitter, just at my name, at Tracy Reineck. I'm also over on StockTwits, looking at those earnings reports, checking out some conference calls. We will be getting a couple of home builders again this week, so I'm going to be tuning into some of those. But otherwise, there's a lot going on. Be sure to follow us at Zacks.com/YouTube on our YouTube channel. Get all the videos there, including the top stock picks of the week and my Market Edge podcasts. But be sure to get us somewhere, and I'll see you again next week with some more earnings charts.